Welcome to Center Hice Productions. Please hit the likes and the subscribes in the below right hand corner. It would be muchly appreciated if you help support the channel to help it grow. I muchly appreciate it. Okay, this is a review of tonight's game against Columbus on Thursday night. The Blue Jackets came into Montreal. This is kind of a bit of a physical affair. They were kind of putting it to Montreal. Final shots on goal were 36 for Columbus, 29 for the Habs. Okay, the game starts off in the first period, 2:46. Jack Roslovic, assisted by Johnny Gaudreau and Zach Werenski. That's your first goal. 17:21. Emil Bemstrom, assisted by Ivan Povarov and Jack Voselik. Power play goal. So that's 2-0. Columbus. Go into the second period, we get our first goal, and this one was. It says unassisted for Nick Suzuki at 0.27 seconds. For Nick Suzuki, unassisted goal. Nice goal it was. He came off. What happened was Matheson actually took the man out. So when the puck came out, it came right onto Suzuki's stick, and he put a nice snipe using the defenseman as a screen in front of the net. Beautiful shot. Nice to see Nick finally get on the board. This is what we've been needing. So we had 3-1 then. Then at 13:34, Emil Bemstrom scores, assisted by Jack Voselek again, and Dmitry Voronenko. Power play goal again. So you got 3-1. 1943, we get a nice goal on the power play finally. Clicking. Mike Matheson gets a nice goal assisted by Suzuki and Caulfield. And it was a nice shot as well. Beautiful shot, actually. So good seeing the legs rotate a bit with the players there. Third period comes on. And wow, guess what? We got a second power play goal. Can you imagine? Sean Monahan tips one in with a shot out from Cole Caulfield and assisted by Matheson on the power play. So there's two power play goals. That ties the game at 3 overtime, and we had a penalty. We killed it off, and we went into overtime and killed the rest of the penalty. Penalty ends at 4:17. Cole Caulfield gets a nice blast. Uh, and it was assisted by Suzuki and Jordan Harris. Very nice play, and you could see Harris and Suzuki kind of go head in front of the net when Suzuki drops it to Caulfield, and Caulfield definitely sniped that shot, beautiful, right over the shoulder of the goaltender to get the winning goal once again at 4:17. This was a nice comeback. The Habs stayed persistent. They didn't give up. There was no get quit in their game. That's what won them the game. This game, even though kid yourself not, it wasn't. It was a better, I suppose, an improvement, I guess, for Monty. I guess a little bit, but he still has ways to go. He was steady, but some of those goals were weak. But we had defensemen like Barron missing an assignment, and so a couple plays like that, and just too many power play goals, and you can't just leave a guy stand in front of the net. And Barron probably to me he was trying too much tonight, where he was trying to add so much offense that he was actually slipping up just a bit. Not a bad game, but he was not as effective as the last game, the game before, I should say, 2 games ago. But anyway, still playing well, but he had some moments that weren't the greatest in his own end. And the Habs defense have got to stop taking penalties. Just far too many penalties in this game. But there was a nice, there was a cheap shot in this game too on Arbor Jackeye, just a horrible hit on him, hit into the boards. I'm surprised that the player didn't get more in this game. They came out with even penalties, and I don't agree whatsoever. I believe it was Sillinger, and it was such a dirty shot, head into the boards and from behind. And I'm glad Jackeye got him. It wasn't his best fight. However, you come with having yourself just crunched into the boards with a what could be a concussion type hit, and he gave him a message. You won't be pulling this. And he took him to the ice, and he gave him several blows, which was nice to see, sending him a message. This won't go on. But they were quite physical with the Habs tonight, and it didn't look promising. And although I will say the Habs stuck with it. There's too many power plays against us, and at least tonight we had our power play finally cash in. So it was nice to see that. So we'll give you the stats: 36 shots to 29 in favor of Columbus, hits 20 to 16 for us, faceoffs 29 to 25 for Columbus, power plays 2 for 4 for Columbus, 2 for 5 for Montreal, which is pretty good. That's a step in the right direction, that's for sure. Penalty minutes 19. Actually, Columbus was penalized more than us, and 17 for us. Giveaways 9 for Columbus, 12 for us. Takeaways, they took good. They did well in that department, 5 to 3. Block shots were close. We had one more blocked shot than them, 24 to 23. So it was definitely an interesting game, a good game. It looked like I was wondering just how long. It was nice to see the players come to each other's aid, because there was a lot of cheap shots thrown by Columbus in this game, and it's funny how Pearson was there every time in each situation there and in the mix of it. I love this guy. What a great pickup. Just such a good leader and team player right there, and not allowing these guys to pull the nastiness that they were trying on little guys, just foolishness, cheap shots. A lot of it, we've seen a lot of that from Columbus tonight, so I can think that's just their way they want to play us. Anyway, overall, not a bad game. Good to see whatever Marty said to them in the locker room worked. And tonight, I would have to say the players pretty well all played well. What I'm noticing, though, tonight was a little bit of a weaker game. The player who had the weakest game for the Habs was actually, like, on the front in the forwards, was Michael Pizzetta. He was pretty much ineffective tonight. And I don't think he should go into games thinking that way where there's so much competition. I think he needs to. He started, coming on a little bit at the end in the third period a bit, but overall his game was one of his weaker ones. Really, you've seen his line mates Evans and Ulonen had a pretty darn good game, and that old man line had a good game. And I would say Gallagher was the second weakest forward, but he was better than Pizzetta tonight, that's for sure. Um, but that old man line is pretty effective, and line two seemed to be working better tonight as well. So you've seen a bit of juggling every now and then. It seemed like they were trying. They switched up partners for Cole and Nick here and there. You would see, them switch the third party in periodically. If you were following it closely, you would see that between Pinard and Anderson, they were kind of juggled a bit in there. So good game by the Habs. A better performance from Nick and Cole. I mean, I know they both finally scored, which was great, and this is what we need. They in order for the Habs to get some victories, they're going to have to produce. And it was a better game. Caulfield was really kind of all over the place, and Nick had a better game. But at the same token, there's still not 100%. And Slab played a little better tonight, which was good to see. I'd seen his game because where I didn't like his last game. However, this game, I'm much more like this game, but he's still got to get those legs moving when he's coming back to help the defense. Stop gliding back. Um, yeah, and as far as the defense, I would just say to Barron, uh, stop trying to do too much because you're looking better. But he looked tonight as if he was just trying to do too much, and it was hurting him. And you can't just miss assignments in front of the net. But even though you had a lot of missed assignments and stuff like that, and power plays against the Habs, those goals weren't the strongest goals on Monty. Now the one with Barron, I still think Monty could have had that because even though the guy wasn't covered, yeah, he was almost in line with it if he had been paying attention. But again, Barron should have had that guy's stick taken. But either way, I just found the three goals to me were, other than the one of the power play goals, uh, they were kind of on the softer side. And to me, you got a clear indication. There's no doubt right now that Allen is definitely the starter at the moment. If you're going by the games played so far, I would say that Monty's games haven't been strong enough. To me, you just don't make one save. Anybody make one save and it's outstanding. But I would say that he's placed himself in a position where it's kind of a fight for the backup position between him and Primo. So because Monty's not playing the way he was at the end of last year, and he's got to up his game. There's no doubt about it. Just a lot of soft goals. Anyway, overall, great game by the Habs. I don't know what Marty said to them in the locker room, but whatever he said, it was great to see it work. They stuck together, and like I said, there was only very minimal lack of efforts, and Matheson had a great game. Just seemed to be everywhere. Just really, really strong game by Matheson. He seems to be getting into his groove. Uh, so other than that, and Harris has been just the other consistent piece. Uh, like I said, Kosovic has played fairly well too. What a hit he put on a guy coming in, stood him right up, lit him right up. It was like Buddy ran into a redwood tree. It reminded me of a play, when people used to run into Larry Robinson. So very exciting game in that regard. I mean, it wasn't outstanding, but we hung with it and we came back and we managed to get the victory. I think that's crucial for us is to try to get it early as possible in overtime. Don't let it linger on too far. We seem to do all right when we cash in quickly. So good game by the Habs. Go Habs, go. Um, until the next game, I gotta figure out who is in the next game. Yeah, because that I haven't checked. I know it's Saturday. Let's see. We will see who do we got up. We have the Jets. Oof, I don't know if I like that matchup. They're pretty veteran compared to us. I'm gonna say they're gonna have the edge on us in that game. Although I just like seeing the fight in us tonight. Good fight in the boys. You never know, right? But definitely good fight tonight. So it was a good moral victory for the team. Stepped in the right direction, and the power play finally in the right direction. Now we seems like the penalty kill slipped a little bit. Got to get that rolling a little bit better again, like it was. But either way, I like seeing the power play finally work a little bit. It's not fixed by any stretch of the imagination, but it's headed in the right direction. Anyway, where's the puck drop first? Here at Center Ice, Hice, and please hit the likes and subscribes in the bottom right hand corner, and let your families and friends know as well. Pass on the word, and let's try to grow the community here. And please leave your comments. I'd like to know what your opinions were on the game. Always interested in hearing them. So thank you for following. We will catch you in the review of the Habs Jets game on Saturday. And this was a good moral victory for the Habs of showing hanging in and persistence, just staying with it. And Pearson's been, great. Pearson and Monty have been phenomenal thus far. Even tonight, they were great again. So gotta like those two. Defense has still got some work to do. All right. Thank you for joining me. We will catch you in the next one. God bless.